Hello and welcome, dear students, to StudyIQ IAS. I am Shekhar Chaudhary and today we are discussing the previous year question on the administrative thinker who is Mary Parker Follet. About Mary Parker Follet, she was one of the great thinkers of her times and she is also considered to be ahead of time. She was one of the female thinkers among the group of large male thinkers who were dominating the scenario into management and public administration. And though she came from the times of classical school of public administration thinkers, but she was definitely ahead of time in her ideas, because her ideas have some of the sprinkles of the behavioral school and the human relation school in public administration. Peter F. Drucker and many more scholars have given very high regard to Mary Parker Follet. Peter F. Drucker even called her as his guru and prophet of management. She has written many of the books and some of the books got published even after her death. Some of the scholars like Gulick edited those books, and she has written across the dimensions of the administrative problems, be it in the industrial groups or also be it in the public administration, state and conflict that arises. She gave very new ideas to solve the conflicts in the process of administration. So now coming on to the question over here, you see Follet firmly advocated for cultivating interdependence and collaboration among individuals as the key to resolving conflict and establishing more harmonious and all-encompassing social structure. Discuss this question. So how do we start it? You started by introduction about Mary Parker Follet. You can just follow one of the introductory line that Mary Parker Follet was a prominent management and administrative thinker, and she was considered to be ahead of her time because of her contribution not only to the classical thought but also to the behavioral thought. You may also mention one or two of her writings like creative experience or dynamic administration. Okay, so in the body part over here, so what were the contributions that interdependence, collaboration, individual, these are the key to resolving conflict. So you can start with that conflict resolution was one of the main focus of Mary Parker Follet. So she didn't consider the conflict as a negative or a positive thing. She said that conflict are bound to arise, and she also gave the three of the ways to resolve the conflict. One was the domination, another was the compromise, and the third was what? Integration. So she proposed for establishing harmonious and encompassing social structures. She proposed that the decision making should be collaborative, holistic, and comprehensive participation. Sorry. So decision making should be collaborated and holistic and comprehensive participation in the planning process. You can also give examples, and she also talked about power, authority, to be distributed among many areas, and these comes from the experience and expertise. So these are the some of the things that have to be incorporated in your main argument. These are the main arguments. And she also talked about, I'm writing over here, integration of interest. Now, in each of these, you can also give examples. So, integration of interest, public and private sector, integration of interest. You can give example of community policing in India, right? Decision making should be collaborative. So, this could also be in the form of Panchayati Raj system. You can give example Gram Panchayat development plans, holistic and comprehensive participation, democracy, or for example, you can also link other scholars like Rensis-Likert system 4, which is participatory, or for that matter, governance, democratic governance structure, which are participatory, or for that matter, now municipal governance, which is participatory, which is going towards, or you can link it to new public governance also, which is also participatory. Yes, so this is how the body part would come, and in the part that would follow in form of the conclusion, you can write that Mary Parker Follet, the prominent thinker, has contributed by her innovative ideas. Her ideas resemble even today with the new concepts such as Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas, or new public governance, new public services. Isn't it very connecting? Yes. So this is how we can connect her. So public administration optional Pratigya Plus batch starts on 13th of September. Over here you have to use SC live code to get maximum discount, and you will get the whole of the lecture and whole of the test series also. So what are the offerings over here? You need to know. Crux is something that we provide you, which has detailed notes like a book format, and it has lot of resources has been used, standard books, IGNOU books, EPW article, research article, to have very comprehensive crux for you. Then there are handwritten notes also. So whatever is discussed in the class is shown, linkages of paper 1 and paper 2 about thinkers, about case studies are there in handwritten notes. And then there are 12 tests which are 4 sectional and 8 tests are full length. We will have full discussion over there, and the video recording, video discussion also of this. And apart from that, we do discuss EPW and IIPA articles in our classes, and your discussions are there, so that you can tackle any of the new kind of challenging question that may come, particularly from paper 2. Okay, and we have the current affairs of on weekly basis, current affairs of public administration, whatever have come across the newspapers, that would be shown over here on weekly basis. We give yeah, so these are the some of the very good offering that you have. We have discussions, we have doubt clearing sessions, answer writing I do on the board in the live class, so that you can learn the nuances of answer writing from the beginning. So do remember, SC live code, that is 14,999. The price will drop from 20,000, and the batch starts from 13th of September. So you all are welcome to join the batch. Now moving forward with another question on the Mary Parker Follet. Let us see. Okay, one more information that you can join this Public Ad by Shekhar Telegram and Instagram group. So reach out to me to discuss anything, to clear your doubt, and lot to share and lot to learn over there on Telegram group, where you can find IIPA, EPW articles and many other things. So you all are welcome to join over here. Yes, coming on to the next question. Mary Parker Follett traced the foundational value of business and enterprise on her way to understand the organism of governmental machinery. So, over here, trace the foundational value of business and enterprise on her way to understand the organism of governmental machinery. Comment. So, introduction would be opening with Mary Parker Follett. Again, some statement about Mary Parker Follett. Then in the body part, you may write that she was one of the scholar who worked on the industrial groups. While working on industrial groups, she came to know about the foundational value of business and enterprise on her way to understand the government machinery. So, whether it is business or enterprise and whether it is the government machinery, into whole of this study, she also found human aspect which was common and which was often very neglected. So, in body part, you may say that her main contribution was again human approach, then group dynamics, collaboration. You will also discuss the power, authority. What does she thinks about that it is distributed at many points, even in the business and in the government sector also. It is distributed at many points. So it comes from knowledge, it comes from experience. Then even in the business and enterprise, foundational values are to resolve the conflict, and in government also resolution of conflict. You may give example by Whiteley councils or joint working mechanism that we have, management mechanism that we have in our government system also. Yes. So these are the main points that you can discuss in this question, in this particular question. Yeah. So conflict is the appearance of differences of opinion and interest. Mary Parker Follett. So you may start with introduction. Introduction would be about Mary Parker Follett, and Mary Parker Follett focused on conflict management, right? So in the body part, you will tell about Mary Parker Follett interest in conflict resolution. She said that conflict are natural to any situation, and conflict arise not because of antagonism, because of opinions. In difference of opinions, you will tell that people have subjective understanding. Subjective understanding, different viewpoints. And knowledge. So that becomes difference of opinion. And then second is difference of number 1, and number 2, difference of interest. So in any organization, in business, in administration, groups have different interest. For example, management management and workers have different interests, or police or administration people or officers may have different interests. So different interests clash and they may also lead to conflict. So but Mary Parker Follett provides innovative solutions for conflict management also. So her idea of conflict resolution are dependent on, she suggests 3 ways: domination, compromise and integration. Though domination and compromise were not very well supported but about from her side, but then after this you will also tell about integration method of conflict resolution. So in this you come out with something novel, new, something that is novel, new. You need to have intelligence, you need to use right symbols, right languages for resolving the conflicts. Then you can give some examples also. You can give example from India, how Meghalaya conflict was resolved, or Vinoba Bhave's Gramdan, and Gandhiji's idea of non-violence as example of integration method of conflict resolution. So yeah, so this is in this question, this is how you have to write. Now, Follett's work was not directed towards the resolution of conflict of ideas, but towards the resolution of structural conflict between workers and capitalists. In the right of the statement, critically evaluate Follett's idea of dynamic administration. So you will start same by introduction. Intro would be about Mary Parker Follett. Mary Parker Follett is considered to be one of the prominent thinker of public administration. She has her important work on interest group, work on the industrial groups, on the governance, on the conflict resolution, communication, authority, and many other things. You can also write 1 or 2 books. That is how the introduction part would be. In the body part, 2 things are there. So Follett's work was not directed towards the resolution of conflict, but towards the resolution of structural conflict between workers and capitalists. So that is the statement. So you will discuss about the structural conflict. So you can start. Mary Parker Follett did not consider conflict to be conflict was part of process. She viewed conflict in positive aspect also. She said that all the friction is responsible for shining of the diamond. This universe came out of the friction only. So now that would be the opening part. Now coming on to structural conflict. So structural conflict in business, capitalism, now is between workers and capitalist. The capitalists want to have the maximum gains. The workers are always in a view that their share is being not shared. So this is the structural aspect of conflict. Sorry. workers capitalist. So she proposed. Now you have also tell how what was her proposal. So collaboration, integration method, communication, sharing of power, authority were her way out. Constructive conflict management, integration, law of the situation. One more thing I am writing here, law of the situation and orders from the situation. Yeah, orders from the situation, law of the situation, collaboration, communication, sharing of power and authority, integration method. So these are the methods she gave. So that is the main body part which will come into this lecture and this question. So this you have to remember, these are the things that you have to link, and with the examples also you can put. You can particularly put the example of integration, where Gandhiji resolved the Ahmedabad mill strike, isn't it? Very, very innovative integration method of conflict management, where he said that the entrepreneur or the capitalist is basically who is responsible to well-being of people also, workers also. Okay, so that was all about the Mary Parker Follett's questions. Do join Public Ad by Shekhar, and let us see ourselves into next of the lectures on the new thinker. Jai Hind.